Hey guys, I'm here to get into Secret Sunshine, which was directed by Chang-dong, released in the year 2007. And this is just a masterpiece of exploring just characters who really get, I guess, like overwhelmed, or they just get really upset if they're perceived by others as an unhappy person. But they undeniably are an unhappy person inside. Sometimes it's just obvious to people, and it's like there's just no hiding it. Even the person wants to hide it. So it's almost exploring how perhaps that kind of person is better off instead of reaching for any kind of strong salvation. You might as well just discover your own sense of paradise by way of simplicity, really. And I think Lin Che-dong is just masterful at just conveying just all these detail-oriented moments in a way that I can't wait to dive further in. It's a really crazy kind of love story, and even on a bright morning, even on a great day, just shows how there's still a shade out. And this is kind of just like a raw, painful study, also just on the loss of love, you could say, and maybe fearing that one is living too much of a lack of it. And I think that's what Chang-dong is kind of trying to go for entertainment value. And world building, as Lee Chang-dong is world building, I suppose it's particularly cold and there's almost it almost takes you through a lot of exhausting emotions. They typically have a lot of depression inside of them, but it's like almost it reminds me of a lot of the ways like alternative rock perceives a lot of it. And it's like it's really well paced. I just love this pacing here. It feels like probably Lee Chang-dong's most personal moment to date. You're just really close up on very just unsettling moments, and you just never really know where it's going to take you next. So, again, I've loved every film I've seen by this director. He's one of my all-time favorite modern directors, and I love how he portrays drama and characters and just devastation and how characters just move on. It's really well paced, and it just has a lot of emotional value to it. And it just strongly recommended as kind of portraying just something that's broken down, but ultimately it's worth it just to keep kind of just following themes that seems very influenced by a lot of Emor Bergman projects. Like it's just kind of contemplating human, like a lot of psychology in depth of spirituality, like love and loss and pain, like all the full spectrum of all that. A lot of I just love Chang-dong's extreme amount of sensitivity and how he represents spiritual evolution in characters. Usually he really takes characters to an arc that's very complete, and they just kind of demand, I guess, just to feel. They just want to feel like fulfilled in their whole life, you could say. And I think all of this just is tremendous at, again, being close up and conveying, I guess, characters maybe seeking something transcendental in a dark place in their life in their own ways, and they're all different from each other at doing this, you could say. It has a kind of a hazy perspective. Even seems very influenced by a lot of Lars von Trier stuff, but perhaps it's in a little bit more of it's a little bit more of a maybe fast-paced kind of perception than he would generally be. But yeah, this just really feels like it also taking a lot of it from Chan-wook Park, just kind of how, it just really goes all the way in. It really goes all the way in for this very insane kind of story. And this is just perfectly made. I've only seen it once, and this is just timeless and memorable. I cannot, as with all the Chang-dong films, I cannot wait to watch these more. I think I've seen all of them that he's made. Check that. Yeah, I've seen all except for, I need to see the very first and absolute latest, Greenfish and Heartbeat. All the rest, it's 5 in a row. All of them are just supply masterpieces in their own way, and they got strongly recommended.